Looking Glass Letterbox for the general reading for Pisces mid-February to March. Again, this is a general reading, so it's not going to apply or resonate with everyone out there, but hopefully there's something interesting or curious that you can take with you to consider over the next couple of weeks. Thank you for tuning in to watch the video. I appreciate that your time and attention is valuable, so thank you for sharing some of it with me. We're going to go ahead and start with what is moving out of influence at the moment, and that is the Hermit. Okay, so space that some of you are coming from is you may have been drawn inward and isolating a little bit, or just processing things within and considering what path you want to walk, what purpose you want to adhere to or connect with. What experience would you like to come into contact with moving forward into 2021? The Hermit is the point of fruition. It's the card of Virgo, so a Virgo may be significant to some of you out there as well. But it's about what you are personally seeking in your experience in this life. It's individual and unique to you. So some of you out there have been really considering that. And here he's reached the top of a mountain peak. So you have experience. You have the life that you've lived before, previous to this moment, and all the considerations, experience, knowledge, successes, disappointments, along the path to the summit that you've reached at this point. And now, knowing what you know now, are considering what you hope to. This light in his lantern here is the hope and faith that you have to embark upon a new path, a path that is specific and unique to you, that you feel compelled to follow. All right, present influences are the Eight of Swords. So, considering that path, it's a pretty big shift, pretty big development. You may be a little bit fearful. You may be a little bit intimidated. You may feel a little bit inadequate. The Eight of Swords, it's what's happening in your mental space, what's happening in your mind and your perception, your perspective, the story that you tell yourself about yourself that is sort of comprised of, things other people have stated are true about you, things that you have accepted that are true about you or that you think are true about you. Really calling those things into question is going to help to release you from this space, because the Eight of Swords is sort of about being locked inside your head. What's happening in your thoughts and in your perceptions isn't happening externally to you. It's about the thought patterns that keep you limited and restricted and prohibitive and prevent you from stepping out upon this path, or have prevented you from seeking out this path previous to this point. So to process through an Eight of Swords, it takes strength. It is related to strength, integrity, courage, and how you want to show up in the world, to release yourself from those perceptions and perspectives and thoughts that limit you, to consider where you stand, the reality of your situation, external to you, realign your thoughts, reimagine what is possible for you, release yourself from limitation, and step out into the experience that you would like to have. Okay, and that's all within your mental perception of things. And coming into influence, you have the World. All right, so you're coming out of the consideration of the Hermit, deciding about what path you want to seek out, where you want to walk, what you want to do, what you want to come into contact with you, who you may be meeting along that road, what you'll be learning, what you'll be seeking. The World is that new cycle and that path opening up to you, the ability to step up into that next level of experience, into that next evolution of yourself. All right, but for that one to open up, the previous one has to close, and allowing that previous cycle to close requires you to look at this Eight of Swords and look at those things that prohibit you or limit you or keep you afraid or create anxiety within you that prevents you from taking actionable steps to step onto this path with the Hermit and exist within this new scope of the world that is available to you. Right, so supporting the Hermit, we have the Seven of Cups and the Devil. All right, so the Seven of Cups is about confusion over options, a little foggy, a little misty, nothing seems quite clear, nothing seems to be quite what it represents itself to be. or you just may be unsure about what you want to come into contact along this path, confused over your options, a little overwhelmed or discombobulated by the potential of what may or may not be available to you along that road. And in processing, trying to process through that confusion and select what you feel is going to be fulfilling for you along that path from this Seven of Cups is the Devil. So what are your temptations? What are your habits and behaviors that you keep yourself chained to or tethered to that prevent you and keep you in this Eight of Swords space and prevent you from actively moving toward this new world along this new path? Okay, the Devil is, it's also Saturn. So Saturn is about taking a good, objective, clear look at the way things are and how you operate within those systems. So what do you need to release yourself from in order to unlimit yourself? What do you need to detach from and leave behind or heal or relinquish in order to be supported and released to move on to this new path and step into new experience and to clear the confusion about the options that are available to you? Because to make this choice, you're going to have to allow some things to fall away. Some things, some ways that you exist, some habits or behaviors or tendencies that you have at the moment that prohibit you or limit you or sabotage you or sort of self-defeating prophecy sort of stuff needs to be addressed and acknowledged and processed and released so that the confusion around the Seven of Cups clears up, so that you can then step in, take the first steps along this path to development. And that's the space that you're coming out of. You were confused about those options, but you have been taking a clear look at your behaviors and tendencies and temptations and the things that have kept you limited in order to process through them so that you can take a determined stance, because Devil is also the card of Capricorn. And that's a very strong magnetic earth energy that allows for advancement and ambition and sustainability of a process. All right, so some of you have been taking a good, clear, objective look at those things that limit you, releasing those so that you can embrace this hope and trust and faith that you can move along a new path and into new experience and clarify and clear up some of the confusion over the choices that are available to you. Under the Eight of Swords, we have the King of Cups. Okay, so that is about emotional maturity, emotional reign, not being ruled by your emotions, stepping out of those temptations or behaviors or addictions that keep us tethered and limited. Does require emotional process as well. And processing with the King is a space of awareness to where you are not ruled by those emotions, you rule over those emotions. You know how to navigate them, you know how to acknowledge them and process them and move through them and be relieved and released and also replenished by the experience as well. All right, so this also may be a water sign, or it may be you, because you are the water sign, Pisces, so this could be you. You are at a stage of emotional confidence and mastery and awareness and in a position to release yourself from this Eight of Swords space. And supporting the world, we have the Nine of Wands. So you've done a lot of work, and these cards suggest you have done a lot of work up until this point. You're sort of at the last test of, are you really going to allow yourself to be released from the past and the previous cycle and step into the new one with the Nine of Wands? It suggests you're almost done. You're almost at the completion of that cycle. There's one trial left. You're a bit weary. You're a bit, maybe a bit jaded, maybe a bit tired, a little bit on guard, a little bit defensive of the position that you currently hold because of all the work that you've already done. But the next stage is the 10 of Wands after this, and that is about releasing unnecessary burden, releasing responsibility that isn't yours, releasing expectation of yourself and circumstance of what you think things are supposed to be like, and opening yourself up to learning and being curious and adapting to what they will be like along the new path. All right, so this is a good position to hold, stepping into the new world, because you're going to take what you've learned with you into the new experience. And that's going to support you and fortify you and replenish you and leave you in a good space to step into that next evolution of yourself if you take the decision to release yourself from the limitation you have in your own perception. At the bottom of the deck, you have the Ten of Cups. All right, so what you're seeking is fulfillment, emotional resonance, self-replenishing systems of connection and abundance and happiness and well-being and wellness with the Ten of Cups. Okay, and let's see where you are on the Enchanted Map. You've got the compass. Okay, so this is about trusting your true north, relying upon yourself, trusting and having faith that what you believe in, what your principles are, what your beliefs are, what it is that you trust is available to you, that you can come into connection with, and that you can confidently navigate that space with an openness, receptivity. This is also openness, receptivity, and generosity within the experience, whether it's disappointment or adulation. You can equally navigate through those spaces to allow them to fortify you and enrich you and to replenish you in the experience that you're having. And trusting the compass within your own estimation and within yourself is going to be an important part of that process. With the Enchanted Map Oracle, these each come with a quote. For the compass, it's, as long as you orient your compass to true north, the direction of your higher power, you will never be lost. Okay, so what is your true north? What is your higher power? What do you believe in? What do you have faith in? What do you trust in? Within yourself and outside of yourself. So you're entering uncharted territories right now and can expect wonderful new experiences. To stay on the highest path to your destiny or to your goal or to your ambition, you'll need to keep your compass pointed to true north. So money, property, prestige, romance, and other material achievements can't help you find your true path. They're just things that you may experience and come into connection with along the way. So even if you feel lost temporarily, know that you can rely on what you have faith in. You can rely on what you hope for, what you have trust in, what you have faith in, the light that you are projecting and seeking to come into connection with, to guide you along the way, to bring you to points of connection that are going to further enrich you and allow you a resonance with those experiences that you're seeking out. So even if you feel lost temporarily, it'll be trusting in your true north and in your compass, and will make it easier along the way. Having faith and trust for your compass will ensure you that you'll never be lost, even on a starless night when all seems dark, because with the Hermit, you have the star here lighting your path. It's in your hands. It's in it's in your control. Where you place your faith and your trust and your hope, and how you engage with opportunity and circumstance along the way. What you say yes to, what you say no to, the choices that you make, the things that you accept that are true but that are changeable, that you have influence over, what you're in control of, what you're not in control of, what you say yes to, what you say no to. All of those things are within your power to delegate within the experience, but being open and receptive to the experience is going to put you in the position to come into connection with those things to seek fulfillment. Okay, that is all that I have for this portion of the reading, Pisces. I hope that was helpful or interesting to you. I've opened a Patreon. If you are interested in the extended readings, you can find the link in the description. If you haven't checked out Tea Time and Tarot yet, those are the daily vlogs posted Monday through Fridays. I'll link the playlist at the end of the video. I will see you next time, Pisces. Thank you so much. Bye.